Okay, something else.
Well, the only reason to come here is for this split second, which can't ever happen.
Yeah, and I tell you, every moment there's a possibility of that impossibility of the split second. No one knows. Especially the self doesn't know when the self is absolutely fed up and simply dropping even the idea of self. You will never know why, because there's no why for it. It will always be in spite. In spite, sitting somewhere in spite of doing or not doing, but I tell you, it may happen. And you will be surprised by what you are. That's why it's called a surprise. So surprise yourself. But who cares when it will happen? You know already it will happen, whatever. It will happen anyway. Because that ignorance who came onto you, it came, and one day it will be gone. You just see it. As that what was rising will disappear one day, so it's already gone. It's already dead. So who needs then that split second? And that is called a split second, by seeing whatever this love affair you started, one day it will be not there, and you still will be what you are. So now you're a lover and you're in the love affair with yourself, and one day as this love affair started, it will end. So it's already gone. Just see it will end. But who cares when does it end? It's already dead. It's a dead relationship with yourself anyway. So what to do? Wanting to speed up the process becomes a seeker. And then the sickness is really strong. Then you suffer. By simply see as it came by itself, it will go by itself. But by no action or non-action, you can speed up the process. And by seeing that, it's already gone. So be quiet and see. What else can I tell you? Enjoy it. Enjoy the presence and the absence, as you are with and without. The presence and the absence of this love affair with yourself, what you are. So. And that what can only be enjoying himself in the absence is still depending on an absence. So you have to be what you are in the presence and absence of whatever you can imagine. That what is that. And only that is the quality of what you are, which never needs any different circumstance of any kind to be what it is. And the rest is fleeting shadow world of quantity, of more or less of truth or freedom, whatever is bullshit in its nature. And it's always bullshitting you. As you're expecting to come something out of it. But self-guilty. I can only point to that, if you see the never-ending story, it ends. If you see it will never end, it ends. You will end in that, seeing that it will never end. There is an ending for that, what you think you are. Because this hopeful me is only there because it hopes for someday it may end. The hoping of a happy end. But I tell you, there is no happy end. When you see there is no happy end, that's the happy end. It's the end of the me, who is waiting for the happy end to happen. And seeing it will never happen, it's the absolute happy end for that what you think you are. More? Some question?
Karl, you said wisdom can't kill itself, but then what's the difference between seeing that?
Seeing is different because you are the absolute seer. And by your starting to become a relative seer, you become something relative objective in time. And then you're depending on that what you see. But the absolute seer, which is that what is prior and beyond all seer, seeing what can be seen. So it's like a kind of seeing. Be quiet is that what is silence, and by seeing, creating a seer, seeing what can be seen. So the absolute experiencer you are, which is life itself, experiencing itself as an experiencer, experiencing what can be experienced. So at the moment you are that what is silence. being the origin of the seer, the seeing what can be seen. When even the seer appears in what you are, and you are not an appearance of any kind. So you are that what is the origin of the first I thought. And the origin cannot suffer about anything. So to be what you are is being the absolute seer, and whatever you can see, you cannot be. And the first seer is already an experience. You can see, you can experience. But that seer you are, you will never experience. So you are that, what is prior and beyond the first, and the last you can experience is the seer. That you have to see. And seeing means you are that what is prior and beyond, by seeing that first and the last as the first and the last. Phantom. And prior and beyond that phantom you are. So your nature is not depending on any presence or absence of that phantom. That's the quality of what you are. That is moksha, which is not depending on any presence or absence of any kind. Yeah. So it's an absolute seeing. That's here and now, because you are the absolute seer, here and now, and the absolute seer simply takes different standpoints looking into what one is. All the standpoints sitting here are standpoints of the self looking into that what is the self. There are only standpoints, like functionings of standpoints of whatever walking automobiles of self. Walking around and looking out of that position into that what one is. Taking a position of a seer in a seeing and what can be seen. The whole scenery is a realization of what you are. And the only dream is that you as a seer are different from what you see. But even that understanding, it doesn't help. So you better be that what is prior and beyond all that scenery. That what is in no sense. So that what is with and without that, what it is. Never depend on any understanding. Even that understanding of a seer is not different from blah blah blah.